And my first opponent is rocking one of my favorite setups on a heavy tetrapod. I'm kind of worried about the hit registration working against me, but that shouldn't be a problem for the Nineball here. Realistically, if I want to have any chance though, I gotta maintain a height advantage. It's all about the altitude to make it as difficult as possible for them to lock onto me. And let me know in the comments, what is your favorite version of Nineball? I'm sure people are gonna say Serath, but I like the OG. Something about it looks menacing enough while still achievable. There's the hit registration in full effect. Bit of a disadvantage, nothing I can't come back from though. Sooner or later these lasers are gonna get them low enough to hit zero, come on. Okay. As you probably noticed, I didn't want to risk getting in too close. The detonation from the bazookas can sometimes be unpredictable. Like if they happen to go right next to you, it'll essentially wipe you out, especially with how much AP I had left. Not worth the risk, honestly. That's exactly what I was just talking about. Good thing they missed their kick. I'm already at a disadvantage with the unpredictability factor. Okay, comeback time, just like in round one. No big deal. That's too bad. Not the end of the world. Now if I lose this next round, then you'll see me go targets verified, commencing hostilities real quick in this game. I'm telling you, Nineball had some of the most quotable lines in the entire franchise. Let's see. Fully charged redshift. Yup, still hard counters tetrapods. Can't get away from that kind of an attack when you're sharing the exact same axis. They keep missing the kick. That's good for me. I've faced these 10-cell missiles so often, it's second nature for me to avoid them. Wow, they interrupted the melee, but they simply prolonged the outcome. GG's! I hope I don't fight more builds like this, it's too stressful. That shield could be a problem, depending on how good their timing is. I'm probably going to want to use more of the charged redshift attacks to try to force their hand. The pulse blade, if they melee cancel, is also problematic. Okay, you seem to like kicking. Oh, you got so lucky. Barely avoided that. Oh, thankfully that wasn't assault armor. Wow, your kick was a hair away from landing. Oh yeah. Pretty straightforward of an approach. I'm kind of surprised they're not attempting using any melee canceling to close the distance. They seem more reliant on the kicks, which again, it's more of a technique you have to practice anyway, so maybe they're not as comfortable about it. Are you AFK? Oh, did you try to lure me closer? Well, good thing I didn't fall for that. My ear shots are on point today. Oh, good game. Might have just been lucky, but that combo I pulled off at the end was perfectly synced up. Couldn't have been any better, really. I'm pretty sure this is the same person I faced when I was showcasing that Basho build. Why does this look like something Eggman would make? Time to end this. Definitely the same parts, weapons, paint scheme, everything, and it still reminds me of Omega from Sonic the Hedgehog. Hey, if you want to live up to the AC's name, Bullet Life, just look up my Ratcatcher Mark II video. You won't be disappointed. Oh, a bit delayed, but it's terminal armor anyway. Nice, so now that I know they have... Wait a second, they had terminal armor last time too, yet I was still surprised by it. It's been a while, okay? Can't remember everything my previous opponents were using from head to toe. I will say their build seems to struggle closing the gap, which is a huge issue with that kind of a loadout. And as someone who's used heavies with a similar loadout, that is not something you want to deal with. Should be optimized more for speed. And if keeping up with your opponent is your main focus, then definitely pay attention to the assault boost stat. All I have to do now is stand my ground. Not a bad setup. Like I was mentioning, optimize it for speed and you'll be doing much better, especially to keep up with those pesky kites. Don't tell me this is a missile rat, but with an explosive thrower. That's gonna be annoying. Then again, they definitely don't have the mobility for a keep away playstyle like your traditional rat, so maybe you won't be as bad. Yeah, this isn't your traditional missile rat. And I certainly have the outs with the fully charged redshift attacks. And I also know better than to get in close so I don't get hit by the explosive thrower. Oh, if you're gonna land like that, you're asking to be hit by my earshot. If you're going to be having a more up-close and personal approach, I would probably switch the hand missiles for something like Etsujin or even Harris to maintain stagger buildup. Oh, that reminds me. A few videos back, I read a comment that said, after I was providing input to my opponent like I am now, they went, "Why don't you let them play the game like they want to? You're ruining this for everyone else." Like, seriously? What's wrong with giving advice? It's not like I have years of experience playing this series, and I've seen the high and low ranks of this game, so I've quite literally seen the best and worst that this game has to offer. Wow, I'm about to lose this. But yeah, it's so funny how one person was so easily offended by constructive criticism that didn't even apply to them. Ah, what a waste of a fully charged redshift. I gotta get in the zone here, or they're gonna have a field day winning this. Oh, that was a bad time to be staggered. All their missiles hit me at once. They did a better job at spacing themselves. I did notice that. It's kind of difficult using the heavier tetrapod legs. If I remember right, I use those more for offense anyway than a defensive playstyle. Oh, that wasn't worth it. Take two? Yeah, that's better. Oh, slightly off with the ear shot. That was close. You really upped your game these last 2 rounds. Good job, and consider my advice if you watch this video. Still, solid build. Of course, I run into someone with the laser slicer. Here I thought I finally could catch a break. Maybe I'll have one video, just one, where I don't find someone that uses this melee weapon. It's not that I even dislike it. It's honestly one of my favorites, but I've faced it so frequently. It's become, wow, I am getting annihilated by those drones. But yeah, it's become so common, it's a meme at this point. Oh, right into the red shift. Hold on. They didn't use their expansion, did they? So it's probably safe to assume they have assault armor. Or they simply mistimed their opportunity to use pulse armor. Guess I'll see here. Oh, that was close. And it is assault armor. How many times have you tried to kick me this round alone? It's gotta be breaking records of some kind. Right into the earshot this time. You gotta know when you can't charge your opponent head on. Good game. So compared to my take on Ninebreaker Nineball and even Pulverizer Nineball from Nexus, this has a lot going for it with the different damage types. And if you're wondering about some of my weapon choices, I'm aware Nineball had a pulse gun in Gen 1, but the pulse guns in Armored Core 6 do not look or function the same. So the laser handgun was the perfect replacement. That's also why I went with the plasma missiles, because they have that visual effect of the older pulse guns while still functioning as missiles, in case anyone was wondering. Overall, this is a solid setup. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Until next time, take care.